guys? Jason here again with the Pick & Palace, taking down some country fills today. My progression is an 8-bar progression. 2 bars of G, followed by 2 bars of C, 2 more bars of G, and then 2 bars of D. Okay. We're using 2 different scales. We're using G major, and then we're using the G composite blues scale, which will be explained. The first bar, because there's 2 bars of each chord, the first bar of every chord that comes, I'm just strumming the chord. I'm playing the G there, I'm playing the C here, and I'm playing the D here. Okay? So, let's get into the physical part of the fill. Okay, I use the same fill 3 times. I only change it 1 time. The only time I change it is in the 6th bar, moving to the D chord. But then in the 8th bar, when I'm filling back into the G, which comes in back in on the 1st bar, I use the same fill that I used the first 2 times, okay? So, the first one is out of G composite blues scale, which is a G major blues scale with a flat 7 added to it, okay? The flat 7 is the reason we call it composite and not just blues. The flat 7 means that you're adding the mixolydian note, okay? G mixolydian, which is G major, but we have an F natural as opposed to an F sharp, giving us a flat 7. So it sounds like this, the G mixolydian scale. There's our flat 7 as opposed to F sharp, which is our major 7. Okay, so we have blues, the blue note here, major blues note, and that is our mixolydian note of F in G major. Okay, an easy way to find this, if you know C major really well, play C major but use G as your root. Okay, so easiest way is to just start and resolve on a G but have no sharps or flats. G mixolydian right there. Okay, so let's get into the physical part of the lick. It starts on the G string, and I'm going to pick the first 2 notes, which are 3rd fret and 2nd fret on the G string, and then I'm going to pull off to the open string. Then I'm going to hit the 3rd fret of the D string, and then the 2nd fret of the G string, and I'm going to pull off again to my open G, and then I'm going to go 3rd fret again on the D string, and this time just open G string. Okay, so that whole thing. Really slowly and using 1 finger and no pull-offs. Okay, there it is. The next part, we jump down and start from the D string, and we do the same thing. 3rd fret, 2nd fret, pull off to open on the D string now. And then 3rd fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the D string, pull off to the open D. And then the very last thing we do is hit a half step below our root, so if we're going to G, it's going to be F sharp. And then we land on the chord on 1, making it sound nice. Okay, so the whole thing using only 1 finger and no pull-offs, so that there's no question as to what I'm doing, and very slowly. To C, the only thing that changes is the very last note. Instead of going F sharp G, we go B C. Okay, so when we're going to the G, we're going to go F sharp and then G. When we're moving to the C, as is the case in the 2nd bar, the chord is G in the 2nd bar, but the next bar it's C, so we're trying to push into C, lead up to it. So that last note is going to be your B, and then you're going to hit that C on 1, creating that nice tension resolution. Okay? So that is the first fill. Nice open string lick. It's great to use. If you can get it down really well, you can incorporate the same picking pattern and idea into some open string country licks for your solos and things like that. And figure out, I would definitely suggest figuring out what different keys open strings work best in, because some keys it's not going to work very well, and then some keys it's going to be great, such is the case with G, which is fantastic for using open strings. So the next fill happens in the 6th bar. Again, we are on the chord G, but we are trying to push into the chord D. Okay, so as opposed to just playing the chord the whole time and just switching and hitting the D on 1, we're going to do this fill. This is all out of G major. Okay, so no more Mixolydian and no more blues. We're in G major now, or the fill is in G major. Okay, so basically the picking pattern is going to be the same. 5th fret G string, 4th fret G string, pull off to the 2nd fret on the G string, and then 5th fret on the D string, and then a pull off on the G string from the 4th fret to the 2nd fret. So what we have so far, and then 5th fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G string, and then we're going to do the same thing on the D string, 5th fret, 4th fret, pull off to the 2nd fret on the D string, and then 5th fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D string, pull off to the 2nd fret, and then we're going to do that half step. We're going to hit a C sharp and then land on our D. Again, this fill only happens in the 6th bar. All the other fills are the previous one that I showed you. This one only happens on the 6th bar where we are moving into D. 6th bar, 7th bar, D hits. Okay? Slowly, with one finger and no pull-offs. C sharp, and then we land on our D. Okay? So there are the two fills. The order, in case you haven't got it yet, is bar 1, you're strumming a G. Bar 2, you're putting in the first fill we learned. And then you're going to hit that B, and then into that C. You're going to play that C for the whole 3rd bar. And for the 4th bar, you're going to do the same fill back into G. For the entire 4th bar, or I mean 5th bar, I'm sorry, you're going to strum a G. For the 6th bar, you're going to do the G major fill we learned. For the entire 7th bar, you're going to strum a D. And then for the whole 8th bar, you're going to do the same fill that we learned. Back into G, and that puts you right back at bar 1. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember to experiment with these things. This is in G major. See how creative you can be. Move this around to some different keys. And try to use this in your playing, okay? Like I always say, until you use this in context and make it your own, it's not going to come out unless you mentally concentrate on doing this while you're improvising or writing. It's never going to get worked into your vocabulary. So take this, learn it, move it to new keys, and most of all, have fun. Thanks, guys. What's up, guys? Here today to talk about the guitar that I used for this video. This is a Westfield made Strat type guitar. Ash body, 3 single coil pickups, 2 tone, 1 volume standard for 3 single coil. Bridge pickup, bridge middle, middle, middle and neck, and then of course neck. Okay. rosewood fingerboard, and the tuners are nameless. I'm sure the guy that made this just ordered them from God knows what company. So, bolt-on neck, slot cut out of the back plate so you can access your strings easily. So now let's get a look at what these tones are going to sound like, okay? I'm going to play the same thing in each position with the tones all the way up and the volume all the way up. There's our bridge. Let's move to our bridge and our middle. Just our middle. Middle and neck. And then neck only. Okay? So there's the different positions. Come down, check out this guitar. That was just a brief, very brief look at this guitar, which I actually like very much. It is currently priced at $299.99 with a soft case it comes with, okay? So come down, check out this guitar. I believe this will appeal to anyone that's looking to do country, pop, funk kind of stuff like that. Maybe not a metal guitar or rock guitar player's cup of tea, but for the before mentioned styles, I think this guitar works great. The amp I'm playing through is a Fender Super Reverb, which unfortunately is behind me, so you can't see it very well. But yeah, come down, check out this guitar, say hi, ask questions, and we can help you out with whatever you need help with. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a nice day.